that we're hoping will drive app developers to start creating what we call invisible apps. So what's an invisible app? An invisible app is an app that understands context and uses sensor data to know where a user is, what they're doing, what's going on around them, in order to provide really contextually relevant app experiences. So rather than a user needing to go into their phone and access their phone and get information, the right information is presented to the user at the right time. It's an SDK, that means a software development kit. We don't have a standalone app. This is a developer tool for people who are creating apps. So sensors in phones right now, you have tons of sensors in phones, and you can, in theory, understand exactly what someone is doing. As I said, where they are, what's going on around them, the full context. So you can, in theory, know that someone just woke up. You could know that they are walking in the rain. You could know that they just landed in an airport, or they are getting to an airport to take a flight. And this can be applied to really interesting app experiences. So for instance, you might make an app that understands when I get to a restaurant. And not only when I walk into the restaurant, but when I physically sit down at my table, I could get a notification telling me what I might like on the menu at this restaurant. Another example might be if I'm leaving work, I could send a text message automatically to my girlfriend saying, hey, I'm on the way home. And not only that, my phone knows that I'm driving or walking or bicycling, and it can say the exact amount of time that it thinks it's going to take for me to get to my girlfriend and include that in the text message. Or even at an event like tonight's, you all probably had an Eventbrite registration, and you come in and you sign it in with your ticket. In theory, you could leave your phone in your pocket, walk in, and you're automatically checked into the event because your phone knows where you've arrived. And then analytics for Marina or for people that are putting together events like this, you usually don't check people out when they leave. In theory, you could know when people leave this event, and you could reach out to the 20% of people that left before my presentation, and you could ask them, why did you leave? It was an awesome presentation later. This is where Sense360 comes into play, is doing that kind of stuff is really tough. So a lot of developers are not building out experiences like this because it's extremely difficult. We have a software development kit that makes it really easy. So is anyone here a developer? Is this word? Okay, so cool. So the way it works at a high level is you define the triggers that you care about, like a user enters a supermarket or leaves a gas station. And what will happen then is once you define that in just a few lines of code, we will let you know in real time, we'll send a call back to you so that you can do whatever it is that you want with that information. So for instance, you could you could set up an alert. I mean, I went through some of these examples. You could hook into an external API and do whatever it is you want when a user triggers one of these events. Or you could use this for marketing or for advertising. You can understand your users and present whatever information it is that you think is relevant. I don't have enough time to go into a lot of examples, but I'll be here. You can grab me and you can talk about them. So I want to explain a little bit more about our value prop and why you wouldn't want to just build this on your own. If you're building out something like this on your own, it could take you 3 months, 4 months to build out a single feature. And this is from experience. Building out, knowing when someone gets to a gas station took us 2.5 months, and we were doing it for a company that had tried and failed to do that for their user base. With our tool set, it's literally like 5 lines of code, 6 lines of code. So the high level things we take care of, because I know that this will be a question, privacy, right? Like how do you make sure that the data is secure? We take that extremely seriously. And there's a bunch of different things we do. I mean, first of all, everything is opt-in. We're never going to take your location information unless you've directly opted in for us to take that location information. And we specifically hope that our value proposition is enough that you like that. But if you don't, then we're not going to collect your information. We're also never going to collect PII data. Like anything personally identifiable is going to live on your phone. We're never going to store that on our servers. And what we do store on our servers is encrypted so that if a hacker wanted to figure out where your location was through our servers, they wouldn't be able to do so. And then you've got just 2 more slides here. Battery efficiency. Pulling sensor data constantly, you're going to kill your battery if you just try and do that without intelligence behind your algorithms. So we have a data team and a data infrastructure where we're collecting a ton of data so that we can figure out when is the smartest time to pull sensor data. And if you're going home, maybe pull Wi-Fi as opposed to GPS, or we might use accelerometer. There's tons of sensors, and we're the experts at it, so we figure out how to make sure that you don't have more than 5% battery drain per day. Because once you get above that, people might uninstall the app. And then the last slide is accuracy. It sounds a lot easier said than done to say, like, I want to know when someone enters location X or location Y. We have an intense data collection process where we have people going around and performing tasks for us around the US and eventually the world, so that we can confirm that our algorithms are actually working and give you value, so that when you say someone is at a gas station or at an airport or on vacation or whatever it is, we're accurate with that information. So I'd be happy to answer any questions, and then again, I'll be here afterwards. We're looking for anyone that's interested in partnering with us. Thank you.
Thank you.